He's a survivor.
Good bad dog.
Good bad dog. What is happening, everybody? Welcome to DC Fan-imated. We are here. We made it. We're doing it. We're talking about the season 2 finale of Batman freaking Beyond.
We're
Man,
2/3 through the show now, like the entire series.
crazy. Absolutely crazy, but I love it though. Yeah, we got Ace in the Hole to talk about, which
Such a good episode. I'm not even
such a
gonna lie. I love this episode. I've been so
It's a
excited.
good episode. We were looking forward to this episode for sure. And yeah, it doesn't disappoint. And yeah, we got a lot to go over when it comes to this. But of course, thank you guys who's ever out there listening or watching or everything like that. Of course, we got Mr. Eric, hard boiled. No dogs are harmed in the making of this episode. Much, yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch. I had strong feelings watching this episode.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those episodes where you go, whoo, it's obviously one of the things that we talked about last week was, when it comes to Batman Beyond, Ace just was there. He was there. We didn't, we know about Ace.
Like in the overall DC mythology, yes. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
So we know that there is, Bruce Wayne has a dog. He was featured in, of course, Super Pets, which again, I think people should give another chance. I actually really did enjoy Super Pets.
It's a cute movie, and my kids loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, we have Kevin Hart that's voicing Ace in that. Sometimes I was like, yeah, the voice acting. But I thought Kevin Hart's a good voice actor. I thought having Dwayne Johnson as Crypto,
that was always your hang up on the movie.
That was always my he's just not that. Kevin Hart on the other end, and it's kind of funny because in that movie, there's a very funny scene that happens when it comes to Ace and the invisible Wonder Woman jet that I laughed out loud in the movie theater. It was the funniest scene in the movie because he keeps running into it, and it's hilarious. Like I was laughing out loud. It was, anyways. I'm just saying, give it another chance. It's actually not that bad a movie. I can get past that. I'm just hearing Dwayne Johnson coming out of this, out of Crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think they could have done something better with that. But
Kevin Reeves is Batman. I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on. I mean, and John Krasinski is Superman. It's just, there's some good, but I just think the mark, at least for me, was Dwayne Johnson as Crypto.
But still, but that's the thing that was that when Batman Beyond started. Now, I will completely admit that when I was watching Batman Beyond as it was coming out, I didn't know about Ace the Bat Hound. I knew about Crypto. I even knew about Streaky, but
the Flash version, right? He's the Flash dog?
No. Streaky is Supergirl's cat.
Oh, why did I think he was? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, in
we talked about Streaky. He didn't. Wasn't there like a
Streaky is Kara's cat at
that's right.
farm? Yes.
There you go. Never mind. I got mixed up.
Talked about how they incorporated Streaky into the animated series, and DC lore and DC shows tend to do that. They include the super pets, just kind of sometimes just very subtly. And this was Batman Beyond. Once you learn that Batman has a dog, and it's Ace the Bat Hound, is and then you go back, you realize, oh, that was a cute way of putting Ace into the animated universe. We kind of talked about this at the end of last week's stream, but still, like you said, he's just there because we jump 50 years and so much happens in between the end of the timeline of the original animated series. Even and I am referring to once again, we can still consider the new Batman Adventures, the third season of Batman, the animated series. But to go from 50 years from that to Batman Beyond, the whole mystique of the show sometimes was, well, what the hell happened? Because they do a really good job of not telling you what happened.
and there'll be little things here and there, and then, when it comes to Ace, it's not like, it's not like we're going to see, a super young Bruce, because we got to remember that dogs, dogs have a shorter lifespan. So it's not like you're going to see like this young, studly Bruce. No, we're still going to see old Bruce, but we get to see how Bruce, finds Ace, which, I remember seeing this episode. So obviously this was one of those where things were going, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah. It was like one of those kind of things. And so it was good to revisit it. And I mean, right off the bat, when you got the episode started, obviously Bruce is going to the chiropractor naturally,
Naturally,
probably getting a little bit of,
80s. I mean, come on.
he's getting a little adjustment, maybe getting some bones popped or whatever, doing something. And then we got Terry, of course, who is going. It's just kind of funny because obviously they were like, okay, well, this is Ace's episode, so instead of just, oh yeah, let's just leave Ace at home. Now we got to do the thing where like Terry's like, oh yeah, he's walking Ace. Oh yeah, I'll just be a little bit, and then he's walking Ace, and Ace, of course, is just kind of dragging him around and acting kind of, he's acting like a bad dog a little bit.
What I love is how particular he is. It's like he's not gonna pee. I love the fact that they're playing on the whole cliche of dogs peeing on fire hydrants, which I really don't know like where. Once again, I'm not a city guy, so I don't know where that cliche got started. The idea that
you bring up a very good question, because I mean, I've never really lived in a big city too close to cities, and when I've had dogs, boy dogs, they go for bushes and trees. I mean, I always thought it was always about like, what would a dog find so appealing about peeing on a hunk of metal that is holding water? I mean, it's like,
it seems like a shtick. It seems like it doesn't. I really struggle. Now, once again, I can be completely proven wrong, because once again, I'm not a dog owner. I take care of dogs. I frequently dog sit my in-laws' dogs. But and I've also always lived either in the country or in the suburbs. I've never been an urban dweller. We've talked about this on the vodka stream, and I'm happy that way. But I just feel like this is one of those things that media has created over the years, that it's like, it's not a real thing, but it's a thing we all accept because it's something that we've seen over and over again in our media.
But Eric does bring up a good point in the chat. He says it's claiming of territory.
No, it is. But what is it about? But I guess my question has always been, I understand that dogs pee sometimes to claim territory. I frequently have more issues with that with my cats than I do with my dog.
Cats love doing that shit.
Oh, cats, yes. Once again, dogs have owners, cats have staff. I
like that.
So, but once again, but why the hydrant? And once again, I feel like it's just I feel like it's a shtick that's just been
somebody saw it one time. I'm not saying that. We're not saying that dogs have never peed on hydrants, but I think maybe somebody saw it on something and they wrote it in a movie. It's been in popular movies. We see it like so many times, and it's just. But you don't really see it nowadays. I mean, it's so funny too, because you don't really see that too much in media. Like, I don't see that in shows or.
No, it feels like it ran its course, really. But I still think it's funny the way, because it's Terry's reaction to Ace, because it's Ace sniffing a hydrant and going, nah, and moving on to the next one. And Terry's like, what, that was too good for you? I mean,
like, why didn't you not like that one? Because somebody like a homeless guy pissed on it already and already claimed it. I don't know. It's like, it is kind of, but it is pretty funny. And then of course we see this one dude who just runs across the street into an alleyway, and Ace immediately is like, fuck this guy. And he's like, I don't like him. And you're just kind of going like, well, what the hell? And then of course he, loses his mind, and Terry falls down, loses the leash, and then goes after the guy. And when they go into the alleyway and everything, and I mean, there's like a whole thing that happens where it's like the dude like pulls a freaking gun and everything, where it's like, whoa, this guy means business. And then
but it's also a great way of one, as a kid. Well, once again, we weren't kids, like we were in once again, I was in college.
Yeah, we were like late teens into our 20s.
Yeah, late teens. Yeah. But yeah, like you were a senior in high school. I was, freshman in college when this particular episode aired. Because this episode, even though, and I mentioned this, even though it is the season 2 finale, it didn't air until August of 2000, which was like they literally skipped the entire summer between the last episode we watched and this one. Like, it was weird. And then a month went by, and then season 3 premiered. There's some interesting.
It's a crazy schedule that they had.
Schedule. The crazy schedule. And later on in the episode, I'm going to talk about some production order mishaps that led to a little bit of a continuity error in this episode. I'll bring that up later.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
I know, right?
For sure.
But once again, if Ace is going after this guy, clearly, like you said, Ace's reaction being "fuck that guy," that tells you that this, Ace has proven in this series to be an excellent judge of character.
Of course.
So Ace going after this guy should make us as the audience go, "What did he do?"
Rub the chin,
and then he pulls a gun on the dog.
Yeah,
and then you want to go, no, fuck you. What?
Yeah,
is
there's
your
something.
deal?
There's a significance here, and then of course, and even Terry, like when he shows up, is like, what the hell, like, and then of course, the guy gets away, Ace gets away, and then it's like, oh shit. What's going on here? And then of course cut to now Terry's in the Batmobile in the Batsuit, and of course talking to Bruce, and and it's funny because like you said, good bad dog, and we've already established this, that when it comes to, obviously he's loyal to Bruce. Terry, he's like, Terry's
depends on the situation. It depends on the situation.
Yeah, but it's like, but also he's just like, yeah, fucking Terry, and but then, but Terry, of course, is like, hey, well, like, why didn't you put a tracker on your dog, dude? And then Bruce is like, oh, you put it on Ace.
What I love Bruce's line is, he's never run away before.
Yeah, he's never run away from me before. Yeah, which kind of, again, that shows you a little bit. So obviously, like, they're looking for him, and then they piece together like the gun that the guy pulled and where he might have gotten it from. And that's where, of course, Bruce does his magic and realizes like the guy's name is Ronnie Boxer. Is it Boxer or Boxster?
Boxer. But the magic comes later when, because Terry's at the back computer and actually essentially does like a police sketch.
Yeah. That's where the magic. Yeah. But when at first it's all about the gun, and that's how they figured out the name, but they didn't know the face yet.
Right.
That's what it was. Yeah. So, and then it's kind of, there's like a sad moment during this right here, because Ace is just kind of like roaming through like an alleyway, and he's like trying to, he's looking for some food or whatever. And he sees the Batmobile, and he starts barking like, I know that. Hey. And then of course it just goes off, and then you get that. It's like, oh. And then he just keeps on going. But it's just like, it was like one of those like, oh man, he of course recognized the Batmobile. But yeah, so then they recognize that, and then of course, that's where they're back at the bat cave. They start piecing like the face together, and then of course he's like, oh yeah, he's in the like dog sports and blah blah blah. And that's where they start going, oh wait. And then Bruce is like, yeah, this is probably, Ace definitely recognized him for sure. Because that's where we start realizing, okay.
This is when you start going, oh, we see where this is.
Things together,
right? Because once again, Bruce doesn't even know Ace's backstory.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting because we do get a backstory But it's not like Bruce telling it. We just
Okay,
get the backstory.
this is
That's the part I didn't like.
That I agree.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because what happens? Okay, here the way it's framed is I love this episode,
Yes.
but I do have one nitpick, and I think you and I are on the wavelength. with
Totally
it,
on the same page, man.
because Bruce looks at Ace's bowl.
Yeah.
And we get the, you know, we get the classic, yeah, we get the classic meaning of flashback. But the problem for me, narratively, is that when you have a character look at an object and it causes them to have, like, Mask of the Phantasm does this all the time, like, and very effectively in that in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that the flashback flashes back to events that Bruce has no knowledge of.
Exactly.
So the framing of the flashback really doesn't make any sense, because half the flashback is something Bruce doesn't know.
Yeah.
So I don't like the framing of Bruce looking at Ace's bowl, and then the which usually indicates the character is remembering something, thus initiating the flashback. It doesn't work narratively when you flash back to something that you don't have any memories or knowledge of. It's almost like you needed Ace to have the flashback.
Yeah. Because only he would, or Ronnie or something like that. But it's like, I was like immediately went like, that's kind of lazy writing. But at the same time, they're like, nah, fuck it. We got 23 minutes, just do it. We got to show a little bit of that, show some sympathy for Ace and blah blah blah. I mean, I understand why they did it, and
no, I love the flashback. I think it's great. I just think the way they transition to it doesn't work,
because the scene a little bit before that is like Bruce is calling like the shelter. They're trying to find Ace,
which is kind of cool, because then it canonically identifies Ace as a Dane mix.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone looking at Ace could tell you that.
You get the breed and everything. Yeah, we can totally tell. And then we got Terry, who obviously they know who like Ronnie's associated with, so he's gonna go undercover and do his, matches Malone type of thing, kind of whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put a bandage on. That's gonna help, because it's like, okay, I got bit by the dog and whatever the hell. So we got that, and then that's where we get Bruce looking at the bowl, and that's where we go, okay, flashback time. But it's a little like, what? Yeah, I was like, because we get the shelter where Ace is at, and we get him as a little puppy.
He's a cute little
puppy. Cute little puppy with those color inverted Joker eyes. Batman Adventures, because he got the black with the white.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's the design. It's totally.
But
fun. He's so cute. And then we get Ronnie going in there, and obviously Ronnie is a bad guy, and he only wants to get dogs for sport, and of course he wants to train Ace into being like to do dog fighting, which is no good. And then when we get that first, when he
by the way,
who is the voice? I didn't
Okay.
I didn't catch it. Oh man, I already know I'm gonna kick myself.
Okay, and the funny thing is that it's a voice actor who's been used in the animated universe before.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you some hints. Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
TV Dad.
God, so many.
I know we actually have had a lot of TV dads.
Yeah, TV dads, and I'm sitting there going through. I'm like, it wasn't Bob Saget. He wasn't.
No.
God, TV dad. It's not the voice of Boy Meets World dad.
No.
Russell, what's his name now?
No.
We didn't have him. So it's somebody we've had before. TV dad. It's not that one dude from My Two Dads.
No, not that guy.
No, we didn't have that guy. I don't know why I just went to that.
I would say we've never referenced him before.
It wasn't Paul Reiser. It was the other guy.
I know. Oh, yeah.
That nobody knows his name. I don't. Just tell me.
Okay. It's Bill Smitrovich.
Bill. Okay. See, I'm not recognizing the
Life
name.
Goes On.
Oh, fuck. That's who it is. Yes, because he was in what episode? He was in a Superman episode, right?
It was a Superman episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember because we talked about him
Because
because he also because he played the dad. He was married to Patty LuPone.
Yes, he was in Independence Day.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember mentioning that. Oh yeah, Independence Day. So yeah, it was him.
So he's Ronnie
Boxer. It was
kind
of familiar, but yeah, I didn't grab it. So he's playing Ronnie, huh?
He's playing Ronnie, yeah. But also when we get that awful scene of him basically warping
yes, like he rolls up the newspaper.
As soon as you see that, you're like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're like, how dare you? But I mean, we don't see him hit him with it, but we see him like, jab him with it.
Right.
And then of course
he's trying to do that,
instigate him, like to be like,
but
tear it up.
The whole thing is did you see where that's happening?
No.
Because there's an establishing shot before we get to that scene. But Ronnie Boxer is operating out of the stacked deck.
Oh, that was a casino? No.
No, it's a dive bar by the pier. Was
that in Batman the Animated Series?
4 times.
That's right. Okay, yeah, that's right.
So, but can you name one of the times it shows up in Batman?
How many times have there been fucking things that happen next to a goddamn dock?
I know, right?
I mean, and I know there's been a Joker and Harley episode. It was one of the Harley episodes, right?
No, not kind of, sorta, but not really. There's one episode you're gonna like.
I'm sure, but my brain is not.
It's the setting for Almost Got Him.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, because I was thinking of like poker tables, and then I should have immediately went to that one.
Yeah, so
that's the ultimate when it
that's
comes
the
to
ultimate one. Yes, it's actually that's actually the stacked deck's first appearance in the animated universe was Almost Got Him. It shows up again in Shadow of the Bat because when Batman's trying to track down who set up Gordon, that's when he goes in as Matches Malone and like reads the guy's lip. Like, you remember the guy, the tooth face henchman with like the really big like buck teeth kind of thing. He's like reading his lips on the phone at that one. It's the bar that Catwoman takes Batgirl to, and Batgirl returns to track down the chemist.
There you go. Yeah. So
then in Beware the Creeper takes on. That's why I was hitting with the Joker stuff. The Creeper takes on the goons that are named after the Three Stooges in the stacked deck.
There you go. So okay. I didn't catch the establishing shot. I was probably too busy writing notes.
See, that was the thing, was that like as soon as it said stacked deck, my brain went,
wait,
ding, and then
on.
Well, and I was like, wait a minute, and like in my head, I was like, oh, wasn't it this? And then I just kind of did a little research, and yep, that's when I was like, oh yeah, Almost Got Him. Yeah. Shadow of the Bat, Batgirl Returns.
Cool. So a good little Easter egg callback right there. But Ronnie's being a little asshole, and then of course he puts on this like electric glove thing, and you go, fuck. And then it does that like cool thing where it's not going to show anything, and it's not even they weren't going to go as far as even hearing any noises, but it was
just going to imply that
because I was like, wait a minute, they're not going to do like we're going to hear the cry of the dog. No, they don't do that, but they just pan over to other dogs in cages that just are barking, and that
obviously are nasty, mean dogs because of what Ronnie has done to them. You know,
so terrible. And then of course we kind of flash forward a little bit because now Ace is fully grown, and he's gonna have his like first little dog fight kind of thing, and it's like so we get Ronnie that is gonna be doing that, and then we see like the setting of that, but luckily we don't see it actually happen because the Gotham PD then just raids the place, knocking a hole in the wall, and of course going after everybody and even Ronnie, and then and then this is where we get Ace just kind of going like, wait a minute, this is the guy that's, taught me things. And then he just kind of goes, nah, fuck this guy.
I know.
He has like a moment of like, wait, no, fuck this guy. And then he just gets away from
Goes
the
to the
cop.
whole. I love it when
Yeah.
Ronnie's like, "That's my dog," and the cop is like, "Not anymore."
Yeah. It's like, yeah, like there was like a moment, and then Ace is like, fuck, this is my way to get out. And he just gets out of there and goes through the big hole in the wall, gets out there, and of course it's snowing, just to make things like, oh man, he's gonna go out
Right,
in the
just to
snow.
make it even more like, heart tugging. The dog's alone. It's cold outside.
Yes.
Let's just really make it, you know, melodramatic at this point.
Yes, and let's like start tugging at those heartstrings, because of course we see him like again walking through alleys trying to find food and whatnot. And then this is where it starts making sense
Like,
of
this is
the
when Bruce would have started remembering things.
yes. So we're jumping into where Bruce would remember, because he's being driven by a young chauffeur. It's not, obviously it's not Alfred, but it's a young, like a young man who is driving him around.
Clearly not, and clearly not of the old school. Like,
Yes.
he doesn't. I'm sorry, kid. It's like you're driving freaking Bruce Wayne around. Have a little class.
Yeah, he's a little talkative. He's like, and just yeah, and then of course Bruce is like, stop right here, and he starts questioning him and blah blah blah, and then Bruce just has to let him know, it's like, this is where my parents got killed, so obviously it's Crime Alley. And yeah, so he's doing that whole thing, and he's just like, of course, a long time ago. And then
Okay, let me stop you right there, though.
okay.
Why did Bruce Wayne have to tell people his parents got killed? Like,
Yeah,
look,
I think it was for us.
I know,
Yeah, for the audience.
It's for the audience, but there is a point where you just want to go, or people like they are today, where you can't remember something that happened like 10 years ago.
Yeah, where you have to
know,
remind people.
like, or people don't know simple things like, yes, Bruce Wayne's parents were murdered when he was 8 years old.
Yeah, it's it's a little expositional, a little overly expositional, a little bit, when he has to tell them like, oh yeah, my parents got killed here, and a long time ago, of course. So yeah, I mean, he could have just said stop right here, and that could have been it. He could have just walked out, and then when he approached the alley and opened up the roses, the place on, everybody should have went, oh, it's like one of those, like, you could have just did that and we all would have went, oh, but they were like,
Oh,
no,
right, yeah.
we have to explain a little bit with dialogue. We have to do that. But as he's walking through there, we get this big fat clown looking dude, which looks like one of the circus dudes from Batman Returns. Did you get a sense of that? Like, remember the big dude?
Because he's got the Pagliacci clown.
Yeah.
He's got that look. Clearly, he's a Joker's. But he's definitely going with the Pagliacci style of clown, and he's creepy. And I just love how Bruce is like, "Fuck off."
Yeah. Yeah. And of course just goes, to the spot and drops the roses on there. But then and then of course we're seeing that Ace is there as well. He's close to there. And the clown dude, well, it's kind of funny because when Bruce is walking, the dude tries to attack him, but Bruce just gives him a nice little hearty like elbow right to the face.
Yeah.
And just knocks him back. And the guy should have just like, all right,
should have taken a hint at that point.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't mess with this guy. I mean, geez, he just laid me out with one elbow. But he decides to attack him again as he's in his vulnerable state of, looking down at the spot of his parents' demise. And as that's about to happen, like, Ace just sees it and just starts, and then just attacks the dude.
But I also love how Bruce sees Ace coming, but has a sense that Ace isn't attacking him, and moves out of the way so Ace can attack the Joker, clearly, as was Ace's intention. Ace wanted to defend Bruce because, once again, Ace has that character radar. He just knows this guy's a douche because he's attacked this guy from behind. So,
and of course, there's a whole thing, and then the clown, as much as Ace got the upper hand on him for a bit. He still gets, knocked out. And then, of course, Bruce knocks out the dude. And then, of course, we see Ace just lying there. And then we get the shot of like Bruce like bringing the dog back to the car. And then we jump back to present day.
Right. The flashback is now over.
Yes.
Because now we've established how Bruce and Ace, met, which seems very appropriate. And you can see why that would create a bond between, those two, which once again is effective. The only problem is being the first half of the flashback makes absolutely no sense with the way that is narratively structured in this episode.
Exactly. And then we get some animal control guy,
okay, I'm going to jump ahead because we see the animal control guy, and he is an animal control guy. He's literally just doing his job.
Yeah.
But what I like about the episode is that the one animal control guy we see, who then we kind of don't feel great about because the way Ace kind of kicks his ass, when he takes the hood off, you realize, oh, you're that dirtbag.
Yes.
Like,
I know. I noticed that too. It's like, oh yeah, we got to look at his face. It's like, oh yeah, he looks. Yeah, he's a douche. There's something else here besides,
well, because if you pay attention to the flashback,
yes,
he's just an older version of the guy who sold Ace to Ronnie in the first place.
Yeah, so it's all connected.
Yes,
it's all connected. So and then Ace gets away from him, and then of course Terry going undercover with those other guys. And of course, he's doing the action. Hey, what?
Yeah, what?
You gotta do. Hey, what am I doing? What? Well, we got looking for sport dogs. So I'm not following you. I'm following him. Doing that whole thing. And I'm like, these guys just realize that he's like a fucking teenager. I understand going undercover. That's what's part of the gig, but I'm like, you're still like 17. I'm like, some people might be like, wait, this guy's a little young, but obviously he's still, Terry does know how to talk. So he did talk the guy into being like, yeah, I can get you some sport dogs, and gives him the number. And this is what's kind of funny too. And I kind of went like, all right, this is helping move the plot. Because he gets the number and those guys leave after, they were like about to like beat the shit out of Terry. And so then he gets the number, and then he immediately, when they walk off, he gets on the phone with Bruce. Is like, I got a number for you to trace. And then he immediately just takes off the fake bandage to throw on the ground. I'm like, did he really need to do that? No, but then we get, oh, here's Ace coming around the corner, and then he smells it. Oh, Terry.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like, that's something that nobody would fucking do, but it was like another thing. Oh yeah, we got to move the plot, because then he's like smelling them, and then he's got the scent, kind of thing. Because why would Terry just go, I don't need this anymore, and throw it on the ground? It didn't make sense. But
it didn't make sense. But once again, they needed it so that Ace can get the scent and he get all excited, because now he's trying to track down Terry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. I get why it's there, but I even was like, nobody would actually do that, But anyways, so then, of course, we get the fucking shitty animal control guy ends up shooting a goddamn crazy, like, net and just, like, pinning Ace to the wall. And it was like, geez. And then, of course, he tranquilizes him. And I'm like, God damn. Obviously, then it's like adding more to, oh, yeah, this guy's, obviously, yes. If you recognize who, he's not looking to do like just his job. He's doing his side gig.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. His hustle. He's got a hustle going. Yeah.
Yes. He got something else going on. So, and then naturally, when they trace the phone number, which is Ronnie, and we get to Ronnie's place, and then we find that he's making some, he's got a little chemistry set.
Okay. So here's the funny thing. Here is the continuity error.
Oh, okay.
So, Terry is walking through the lab, and he's reading the
drugs that he's
the chemicals.
Yes.
And then he picks up the last one. He's like, I can't even pronounce this one. And Bruce just seems to just, intuit what the chemical is and spouts off the name. And I love Terry's like, you're seriously freaking me out right now.
Yeah.
And he says it's the final ingredient to create serostone. And Terry goes, the growth hormone. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Serostone hasn't been introduced yet in the series.
Oh.
Because this episode was produced
Oh.
after the episode that they would have found out about Serostone.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that Terry knows that Serostone is a growth hormone technically should only make sense if the season 3 episode we'll watch in a few weeks called Big Time. That is when Serostone was introduced.
Gotcha.
So this episode was produced after the episode, but aired significantly before it. So this little conversation doesn't really make sense because why would Bruce know what Serostone is? And inversely, why would Terry know what Serostone is? Well, it's because they've technically, if we followed production order, have already encountered it in a significant way. And we'll, like I said, and we'll talk about that when we get to the episode Big Time. But I just thought that was really an interesting little tidbit of,
oops,
wow, this actually like this is why we watch the animated series in production order instead of air date order. But it's so funny is that no one talks about Batman Beyond in production versus air date order the same way that Batman the Animated Series, because it was a big deal. Like, here's the air date order, but then when they released all the home video, it was in production order, and then it became a thing. Batman Beyond, like Superman the Animated Series and every other DC animated universe show, if you discount Batman the Animated Series, every other animated series, the episodes appear on home media in the exact same order that they aired.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny that we made such a big deal watching Batman the Animated Series for the Fan-imated stream. We're watching it in production order, folks. But then when we get to this, it's like because we're watching it the way it's always presented, we actually run into a continuity error. Oops. Where I just thought it was I don't know. It would, know me, like this is one of those things that just made me go, oh, that's kind of weird and cool. That
it's kind of interesting because you knew about how everything was when it came to how production was when it came to this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. I did. It was a kind of weird. I was like, have we talked about this before? Is this
no, actually, we haven't.
My brain went to, was this talked about in the Man-Bat episodes? Like, is that why?
First, I kind of started to feel like they were hinting towards Venom. Like it,
or like that,
like when I was thinking more something like the Slappers episode when the guy, the nurse copies Bane's Venom formula.
Yeah, with the freaking patches.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, obviously he's looking at that, and then Ronnie shows up, and they have a nice little, obviously he starts just firing off his gun and causes pretty much burns the whole place down.
Why is every chemical is every chemical flammable? Like, no.
Apparently when it comes to this, they're like, it was just like, oh yeah, everything's just getting lit up, and of course Batman gets out, and then luckily there's a nice little like water tower thing on the buildings, and then Batman just hey, don't skip leg day. We've always said that. Of course, the suit also helps,
right? Obviously. The suit once again, the suit is augmenting his strength.
Yes, of course, but still, don't skip leg day, as we said many times when it came to Batman the Animated Series, when he didn't have the convenience of the suit. But yeah, he just kind of gets right there and just pushes that water tower like tank that just splashes all over it, and obviously gets the fire out. But it was just kind of funny. It was like, oh wow, well at least there was that there. Well, he, obviously if he didn't, he could have used those little bomb thingies that he's had that we've seen before.
Yeah, he had that before with the it was Payback.
Yeah,
Payback was the one. Yeah.
So, but so we did that, and then of course, so we get now we get that animal control dude, who of course is the shady dude that we've seen before, showing up like, "Hey, I found a dog for you." And in the kennel, and he goes, "What the hell are you trying to do? You're trying to sell me my own dog?" So it's
I
just
thought
like,
that was interesting that Ronnie remembers Ace.
yeah, he was just like, "Wait, I know this is the dog I freaking trained. This is a guy," and it's like, so there's that whole thing. And it was like, oh, it was kind of like, okay, cool. He recognized Ace, so that's good.
Ace definitely recognized him.
Oh yeah, he was not happy to see him. That's for damn sure. And then of course, this is where we get to a barge, or a dock, water. You know how it is with these. It's always on the water. There's a ship that they're because they're tracing, like, okay, this is where everything's going on. Let's get there. Bruce, of course, got the beat on it.
Which actually, by the way, which makes sense.
Yeah.
If you think about the legalities, because international water, like if they can actually go far enough, they're outside of Gotham PD's. Literally, I mean, they're outside of their jurisdiction. Like they can't do jack.
Yeah. The law enforcement couldn't do anything in Gotham City. Long as you get further, obviously there's like, boundaries or whatever.
Boundaries. Yeah, exactly.
So if they get far enough, they could do whatever the fuck they want. So obviously, Batman getting on the ship and then seeing like the big, scary, evil dogs that have been treated with that, what's
Sarah
it called?
Stone.
Sarah Stone. And so that's not good. And then of course he walks right into like a dome of like, oh, this is where it's happening.
Okay, dude, I'm going to tell you what this made me, like, retroactively. Of course, I wouldn't have had this reaction back in 2000 when this episode aired. But you know what this kind of reminded me of?
What?
Do you remember the Batman Deathstroke fight in Batman Arkham Origins?
See, I didn't play Arkham Origins.
I've only seen the
clips. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't know. Like, was there like a setting like this?
Oh no! In the game, there's a level where Batman tracks the criminals down to a boat, and like you're literally like navigating through the boat, and the boss fight in the boat in this giant room is you versus Deathstroke.
Oh wow! Okay. Yeah. No, I sadly did not play Arkham Origins. Yeah. Wish I did. Maybe one day. But yeah. So we get all that, and then it's it's kind of funny because I mean, then Ronnie is just kind of going like, yeah, we could do whatever, and then I don't need people. We could just have cameras that are on drones and blah 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 blah. And that's
again AI taking away good hard
dude. Isn't that what you first thought about? I thought about that too, where it's like you don't need people when you got technology, and I was like, oh man, this is relevant right now. That's for damn sure.
I know.
Yeah, God, man, it's just everything now. But this is where we're gonna jump right into it. And yeah, this is where he shows the drones coming down.
Don't need cameramen. Don't even need handlers.
Like,
I mean, it's smart though, because like if you're running an illegal enterprise, loose lips sink ships.
Yeah.
And so the fewer people involved mean, the more likely you're going to get away with it.
Yeah. And then,
one of your Sarah Stone creations. I saw them. Not this one, you.
Not this one. Look at that, Keith.
That thing is ugly as shit. I mean,
he's my first experiment with the stuff. Guess I went a little overboard. I was going to put him out to pasture, but I always knew I'd find a use for him.
There's always that weird look that's always like this. There's no skin, like, and the veins.
The veins. I mean, that's where you can kind of think it's got a venom aspect.
Yes.
Anytime they show like the veins all freaking cut out. Hey, there you go. He
even used the camouflage to get on the boat because the guys came out and he just like went invisible. Like, once again, I love it when they actually use it.
But at the same time, you're talking about a dog here who has very amplified senses.
I know, right?
It's not going to work that well, as we see right there.
Yes.
It doesn't work quite well when it comes to a super monster dog.
I was out enjoying those. Look how fluid the action is in this scene. Like and it's also fun because like that giant like razor thing, he's used that before. Like once again, I love it when they use gadgets that's like, oh no, this has been established in previous episodes.
Oh, Ace! Ah. Yeah, shake it
You're
off,
more
Ace.
entertaining than some of my dogs, Batman.
Do you hear the voice, by the way, now?
Yeah, I can hear the voice now.
So I'm afraid I'm going to have to put this in the express lane.
It is kind of cool, though, because he actually is like putting himself up in a higher register than you're used to hearing him talk.
Get him, Ace.
Get him, Ace. Yes. Yeah.
He's like, huh? Yeah, you're on the water.
God. This is a really cool fight scene in this show.
It really is. And then, that hurts.
Oh, yeah. But also, like, of all the ways that he loses his injector gun.
And then I love this. I love Ace is just, again, showing you how smart he is. He's like, you can't do much. And he's seeing that Batman's getting effed up. And then, of course, we see the suit getting fucked up.
There was something real. That's the one of the cool things about Batman Beyond. It's like when the suit gets fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
we always love that. But then I love it. See, like Ace finds that little. Yes, he finds the little. Yes.
Oh, and the music just goes so hard during this scene. Oh.
Got him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Good dog. What'd you do with Ronnie?
When he hears that name,
Somebody,
he's like, fuck that
anybody, help!
And then, of course, we get the reunion. Aww.
By the way, I still love how they come out of the clock.
Yeah, right. Nothing else. Just a nice reunion with a man and his dog.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. I mean, especially with Bruce being just so, cold-hearted. But there's something about even the most cold-hearted person, maybe. Well, it's not like Bruce is super cold-hearted, but he's very, he's Bruce Wayne.
He's Bruce Wayne.
A dog can make him smile.
He's old man Bruce. Let's be honest. We know
old man Bruce, but a dog can make him smile.
It was really funny. I you bring that up, and I rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. But there was a great interview of him talking about his voice for old man Bruce and his idea that the voice came from the idea of imagine you're Bruce Wayne, but your body can't physically do the things you want to do anymore.
Yeah, that's a good way to looking at it because you go years and years and years where you basically made a weapon out of yourself and you're able to do these crazy things. And then once your body starts breaking down, I mean, God damn, what does that do to your psyche? I guess you could say, when that's all you know, and that's all you've been, and you've been like the savior, and then you can't do it anymore. Oof. Yeah. It's I think I remember seeing that, like him talking about that. And, I mean, that just shows you how Kevin Conroy approached this role and why he was so good.
He really did think about it. Like,
he thought about things and probably, had so many conversations with Paul Dini and, just basically just like how they wanted to approach certain, I mean, I could only imagine, and there's probably been numerous interviews where they talk about the certain process when it comes to all that. But again, it's just like, it just shows that Conroy, and it's not just Conroy, but I love it when you hear stuff like that, especially when it comes to voice acting. It's like, yeah, you could just go in there and just fucking do the voice. But no, like there's these actors that want to let's find that deeper meaning. Like why? The why.
Always. Because the why leads to like the voice. Like that's why there's such a freaking art to it.
Yes. Oh, just so good. So
I wanted to have a because we're at the end of season 2.
Yes,
I kind of wanted to have a little bit of a wrap-up conversation about season 2 of Batman Beyond. Because I discovered that with season 2, it was a hit and miss season. This wasn't like season 1. Season 1,
they needed winner, and
they were all bangers.
Yes.
in season 1. Season 2 was a lot more. Of course, it was also twice as long. More episodes. And sometimes that gets into the point of, more is not always better. Like
It's
we
it's
went from
better when it comes to the bottom line. We get that, but storytelling wise, we're sometimes they're going, yeah, that was just written as a one-off. What the fuck was that? You know,
and you felt that more in season 2, and it was
True.
weird. Also, I think I'm not sure if you realize this, but there was a lot more of us going, I don't remember where this episode is.
Yeah.
Like season
And I
2
think
had
it's just because we were getting older. Like season 1, I think it was like totally appointment viewing. But then when it came to season 2, like you said, you were going off to college. I was I was like in my senior year. So there are numerous episodes that I just do not remember, probably because I probably didn't even see them, or I just saw them casually one time, didn't see it again. You know, it wasn't like how Batman the Animated Series, all 3 seasons, even in the Batman Adventures, where I was like, I saw these, you know, a lot of these episodes numerous times because I was
like on repeat,
repeat and stuff like that. But once you get older, it's just not. You're like, I already saw that.
Because also you got to remember, Batman the Animated Series was running 5 days a week. Like it started
that too.
It started off as a weekday show before it became a Saturday morning cartoon.
It was appointment viewing for me and my dad. It was so great. Like he'd get home from work just in time, and we'd sit down and watch the episode of Batman the Animated Series. And
Batman Beyond was always a Saturday morning cartoon. So then there was less opportunity for the reruns. Like you're not getting 5 days a week. Like
there'd even be times where he'd be like, I think we saw this one, but then we'd still watch it anyways. You know, it was like when they show a repeat, it was like, who cares? We're still watching Batman. You know, we watched how many times we watched Batman 66 episodes? You know, it's like
tell me about it.
So so I think like when it comes to season 2, it was just because we were getting older, and it was either like we just saw it only once, didn't really remember it because it could have been forgettable, because sometimes some of the episodes
they were forgettable.
Didn't really push the story too much. It was just, here's an episode of Batman taking out a bad guy. You know?
Right, because once again we've discussed this before, and I want to reiterate in this discussion, we had the arc of Powers and Blight through season 1. Like the whole point was season 1, Powers is responsible for the death of Terry's dad. A lot of the villains in season 1 are either created by Powers, or Powers is the instigating force that like brings them into town. Like if he doesn't create them, he's responsible for bringing them to Gotham.
Yes.
And then and that's why the season 1 finale of Batman Beyond feels like a season 1 finale, because it's, you know, it's a showdown. It's a final showdown between Batman and Blight.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing like that here. Like this is like this is a great season finale because we get the Ace whole thing. Cool. But it's not like they were building. It's not like season 2 was building
to this. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's still a great episode, but season 2 was just kind of like a bunch of episodes. Not really. There wasn't like a, you know, and I think that's what we like in shows. I mean, X-Files is a good example of this, where you have the initial story of conspiracy, government, alien cover up, and all the stuff.
Mythology episode.
What Mulder is like trying to uncover from the very beginning. But then you get the episodes where a fucking talking doll is saying, I want to play, you know, or something like that, where you're just getting some random. I picked the Stephen King episode. It just came to my brain.
It's a
great episode. Fucking great episode, which doesn't really have much Mulder in it, but they had him in just enough because it's a Scully episode, big time. But that's the thing. It's like, that's what's so great about that series is you have those one-off episodes where it's like, that was fucking crazy. Oh yeah, we got this priest over here that's doing this, and somehow he can control the weather. Like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden you jump back in and we see the smoking man. And, we're back into like the initial stuff. And they basically, like when it came to X-Files, they would always start and end every season with the initial storyline, which they were really good at doing that, while having all the one-off episodes like in the middle of it. So when it comes to season 2, a little bit kind of like they didn't really have, there was nothing really there. There was no big new, it would have been cool if they had like a new bad guy that was kind of
a big bad.
The big bad, the final boss. It would have been nice to have that. but they didn't.
Yeah,
Sadly.
but season 2, we get Max introduced, and there was a nice
You get
thread.
great moments.
Yeah, they're great moments. They're great episodes. The problem is that I think the great episodes in season 2 stand out more because they're surrounded by a lot of
okay.
yeah. It's like we get excited. Like it was like there are season 2 episodes we get really excited about because we remembered that they were really good episodes because they stand out from the other episodes that we're like, do we even remember what happened in this episode?
Yeah.
And a lot of times the answer was no.
But what would we have next week, huh?
Nothing, because I'm on vacation.
That's right. We are taking a break next week because you were on spring break, right?
Spring break.
Woo, baby. Good on you. So yes. So 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks, we will be doing the season 3 premiere of Batman Beyond, King's Ransom.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you can guess
if
who
you
the
don't even
villains-
know who is involved with that, just take a just say there's going to be some returning. There's a returning group that's showing back up.
If
And
the episode title didn't tell you everything you needed to know,
just think of think of them as suits of a card, and if there's a king involved, think about the part of a royal type of.
You're going way too hard on
I know,
this.
I know,
Dave.
totally. It's of course.
It's a Royal Flush Gang.
It's a Royal Flush Gang, of course. So yeah, we get the return of that. I think I do actually remember this episode too.
Okay, this is going to be interesting because I think the last episode, the season 2 episode that had 10 in it, I think this episode is what I kept on getting. I think I discussed it.
You got that one confused with this one, right?
One, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's gonna be interesting, but I think I remember, because I think when we were talking about it too, you were making me ring bells about this episode too. So yeah, 2 weeks, guys. We'll be
sorry for the other break, but hey, I'm going to the beach with my family.
No. You need you need some time off.
I haven't had a vacation since August.
Yeah, he hasn't. And if you notice, Scott is wearing his work shirt. So
whenever I'm wearing my work shirt, you
know he's had a day.
I didn't even bother changing. Also, though, it's a really pretty color.
I mean, it's a good color. It is a good color. It works on you. But yeah, and anytime that when before we go live and I see Scott in his work shirt, I go, oh, because I was thinking because obviously it is the 5-year anniversary of Zack Snyder's Justice League being released. I'm wearing the first shirt that was released.
The icograph. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wear that time. I'm like, I wonder if Scott's gonna wear it. Maybe I should wear a different one. Maybe he's gonna wear. But as soon as he went on, I was like, oh, he had a day. So, but obviously Scott, of course, was very much a part of the Snyder Cut movement and everything like that. It's just life. That was
5 years ago. It really feels like a lifetime ago. It's also really funny for me because everyone thinks about 318, but I saw it on 313. So I have a completely.
Oh, I know. That's what's so funny is we saw it obviously early.
We saw it the Saturday before.
With a lot of people, a lot of people within the community, like voices and stuff like that. I mean, I still remember that day of getting it. But then I knew I had to do the the premiere fan thing. You weren't a part of that.
No, because I got it for a completely different reason. Because I did the,
Oh yeah.
You nominated a hero, and I nominated my wife as Wonder Woman, and I won not the first place. I won. It was sort of funny. It was one of those I got second or third. I was in the second or third place, but it meant that I got an advanced screener for the movie on that Saturday, and I was like, dude, this was the prize. And what's funny though is that you had to stop the movie to do that premiere thing, which I was not asked to be a part of.
Oh, man.
But it was fine because while y'all stopped to do that, I was watching the movie.
Yeah, I know. It was one of those things where I was like, I got the email, got the screener, and I remember I was like, shit, in an hour we're supposed to be doing this whole, and I'm it was one of those things where I was like, no, I'll just watch it after. I'll watch it after. But of course it's, it's like a scene in a movie where it's like, no, you gotta you got to fire this up now, buddy. You've been waiting forever for this.
It was like noon
Yeah.
Central Time. It was like noon or 11 because there was Eastern and Central. And I just remember like it will not unlock
Yeah.
until
Till a certain time. Yeah. And then it was right when Diana was down into the tomb looking at all the stuff. And I was like, shit. And that was when I had to pause it. And then, of course, they get on the computer, get into the Zoom room. And, of course, there's everybody there. There's Steven, Meg, the Nerd Queens, a couple of the TPZ guys. There's just people, of course, that were all part of the...
Ray Fisher was there.
Yeah. Yes. Well, he eventually showed up. But when we were waiting backstage, it was just mainly, it was a group of all that we knew. And it was just kind of funny because I still remember where... I literally have like Diana with a torch paused on my TV screen, and we're waiting. And then Ohio Dave goes, anybody else fire up the cut already? And I'm like, I literally have Diana paused on my screen right now. And even everybody else was like, yeah, we started watching it and we're dying here. I'm like, we were all just kind of like, come on. Like, because it took 2 hours.
I know. I've heard you tell the story.
Because
it was so that maybe like I actually had people who saw the premiere thing feeling like I should have been a part of that. And I'm like, no, I'm good. It
was like when you saw the whole thing, it was like what 15, 20 minutes. We did that thing for like over 2 hours. It was a lot of waiting and a lot of like, okay, let's get some more excitement. Let's do this. Ray Fisher is here. And it was like, so like, obviously it was
very orchestrated,
Oh, very, and it was just kind of like, but it just kind of sucked. Cause I'm just like going, fuck. I'm like, I just want to finish the movie. God damn it.
Funny. It was because for me, I also just had my COVID shot and I was going through the side effects.
Oh, so you're feeling shitty.
Until I saw I always like to say that the movie
helped you. Yeah.
The movie helped me. Now, of course, once the movie was over, I crashed.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, okay, time to die for 12 hours. Yeah.
And then the funny thing was that for Squadcast, we were doing Squadcast movies because right before I started watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, I was watching Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, nice.
And we were doing our review for Squadcast Media that night. And I got to go there with like Jordan and Ray and Tim and be like, guess what I watched today? And they're all like, you son of a bitch.
That's awesome. No, but yeah, pretty crazy that it's been 5 years. So the Vox stream on Friday, we're gonna have some cool discussions. We'll talk about 5 years and everything. It's we'll have a little bit of a celebration when it comes to the whole 5-year thing and everything. So and then but of course we have a fucking movie we're excited about that's coming
I wonder what movie Dave and I are gonna go see.
We got the start of the summer blockbuster season, technically, because for some reason now they consider like, hey, we started in March, we put a big movie in March, and the big movie this year is fucking Project Hail Mary.
And I'm going tomorrow at 2:45, and I'm seeing the very first IMAX screening in Birmingham. And I'm taking my dad. Yeah. My A-list always gives me for my birthday month, because it is my birthday this month. I always get a free large popcorn, a free large drink the month of my birthday. So I'm going to redeem that tomorrow. And because it's so cool is that like I got my mother-in-law listening to the audiobook, because once again, Ray Porter won narrator of the year for this audiobook, and he's supposed to be in the movie, which is going to be cool because they kind of revealed that back at Comic-Con. I got my 13-year-old reading the book, and like I'm so excited because Dave hasn't read the book.
I haven't read the book, but I hope to probably after read the book. I don't know, but what I see from people, and it was kind of funny too, because did you see because the biggest thing that everybody was complaining about, that who's read the book, is like, why reveal Rocky?
Why reveal Rocky? Yeah, absolutely.
Did you see the clip of Ryan Gosling on the Kelsey Brothers podcast where he talked about that?
No, I did not.
So basically, he was just like, well, we had to like sell the story. It couldn't just be like this. And it's like, imagine just selling E.T. about a kid with 2 divorced parents. And it was like, It was just kind of funny. Like, it was like,
Dude,
oh,
the
okay.
story is you're going off into space to save the
I
sun.
know. But I think it was like his way of being like, this, you have to sell the alien too. So I was like, I laughed, but I at the same time I went, wait, there was a little more meat on the bone than ET. ET is literally called extraterrestrial, which is the ET. So it was kind of, but it was a funny moment. But at the same time, I'm with you because I was like, but Ryan, there is a little bit more mean because there's this whole, the sun is dying aspect to it.
Right. It's kind of
Yeah.
the instigating
But-
moment of the
But
story.
I'm loving the marketing when it comes to like the La La Land poster where it's like him with Rocky. Did you see that poster?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah, they literally made a poster of Ryan Gosling and Rocky like dancing.
Oh my God.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, so they did that. I mean, it's just stuff like that. The marketing has been really good when it comes to Project Hail Mary, and I think
it's
yes,
and it's been like nothing but like glowing reviews. Like people who have seen it have just absolutely loved it. And and it's funny, it's because it's clearly from people who haven't read the book. Like you can always look at a review and go, oh, you just watched the movie, you haven't read the book, so you love it, which makes me feel like I'm still gonna. I have a feeling I'm gonna love it.
You know what the reviews I love seeing, and I've seen a couple of them on my feed. I love it when people who have read the book go like Project Hail Mary. Not only does a good job of adapting the book, but it also improves on it. When I see people say that it improved on, which I know could be, but at the same time, when I see that, I'm like, oh, that's cool because, maybe, with the book, sometimes a book could like take a little longer about explaining things.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or do whatever. And then maybe like when they adapted I've always said I've read Fight Club and I love the movie, and even Chuck Palahniuk goes, yeah, the movie is better, and I go, yes, I agree, because
I agree. Look,
yes.
I have like my 5 fingers of
yes
movies that I think are better than
yeah
the books that they're based on.
Yeah, we're like this the whoever adapted the screenplay and the movie that just improved on it, kind of took the things that were kind of maybe dragged and then improved on, hey, this idea was probably better. That's what I was like when I see those reviews where people say, oh yeah, it actually improved on the book, in my opinion. I'm like, that's cool. I don't know. I think this is, it's just going to be the first big blockbuster of the season and the first feel good movie. I just love it when who doesn't love a good space sci-fi adventure? I mean, this is
a feel good story. Like it is ultimately a feel good story.
It's reminding me of when The Martian was coming out, and it's the same fucking writer, same author, and the same guy who adapted the goddamn script. So it's like, come on, we got Andy Weir. That's what his name is.
Andy Weir's the author. Is the narrator.
He's the author, and then Drew Goddard
is a screenwriter.
He's a screenwriter. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, it just sounds like it's that kind of thing. That I remember how I felt after watching The Martian and going, that was that movie. Just, and I'm hoping.
And I remember reading The Martian and being like, funniest story. I actually told Liam the story because he was the one who was young. And I don't even know if Declan was born yet. But when I listened to The Martian for the first time, Liam was in the back seat, in his car seat. And the first line, and they put this scene in the movie, but of course it's much later because the book doesn't tell the story in a linear fashion. Like it kind of jumps around.
Yeah.
But the very first line of the book, so I'm listening to the audiobook and I immediately had hit pause, was because Mark Watney goes, I'm fucked. I am royally fucked.
I love that.
And I just go, oh, I won't be listening to this with you in the car.
Yeah. No, but yeah. So look forward to our reviews. We're both taking our dads.
On a vodka stream on Friday. Like
you're what?
We're definitely gonna be talking about it on the vodka.
Oh, you're gonna be showing up?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
my vacation starts Saturday.
That's right. Okay. I wasn't sure. Cool. So yeah. I mean, there's going to be lots to talk about on the Vodka stream. Like I said, we got Project Hail Mary, which is
Dune trailer.
We got Dune and Spider-Man.
Yes.
And then, of course, celebrating 5 years of, this Vodka stream is going to be like 7 hours long. So prepare, folks. A lot to talk about on the Vodka stream. It won't be 7 hours. I'll cut it. I'll be like, get be like, get out of here, fuckers. I'm tired. No, after 5.5 hours. Anyways,
but I do look forward to us. And now, because
yes.
once again, the other guys who show up apparently don't go to the movies as much. Like
sometimes, and that's why
jump on it like we do. But it's like I want to be there. Like I want us to have like a serious like
yes, and that's what I love. Like when I know you're going to show up, and I know that you're going to watch the movie, and and then you pop up. I'm like, all right, cool. Scott and I get to have like a little 5-10 minute conversation about this movie because I don't know who else is going to actually see this thing. And sometimes some of the rest of the panel like, we didn't see it, blah blah blah. Hopefully we'll get some more because this is a big movie, and hopefully
it's a big movie. But I'm glad that tomorrow is a day off.
Yes.
And so, like I said, 2:45, I'm going to be there with my dad. And it's really funny, too, because I'm waiting to see my dad. I swear 5 years ago when the book came out, my dad read the book and he swears I'm down. He doesn't even know what it's about. I'm like,
oh,
Dad, your 70s are showing.
That's going to be funny when he goes, wait a minute.
I'm hoping, like, that's the thing. I'm waiting for him to go, oh,
wait, I know this story. That's going to be funny. So, guys, look forward to that and look forward to the Vodka stream as we will be reviewing it as well as reviewing the 2 big trailers that came out this week. And then, of course, celebrating 5 years of Zack Snyder's Justice League. All right. And then, of course, in 2 weeks, not next week, but in 2 weeks, we'll be starting off season 3 of Batman Beyond.
And, guys, now the DC Fan-imated stream.
It's going to get crazy.
It's going to get crazy.
It's going to get crazy. It's going to start bouncing between probably like what, three different
shows.
3 different shows at one point.
And it starts like I guess I should just go ahead and tell everyone prepare, because season 3 of Batman Beyond was airing concurrently with season 1 of Static Shock. And then so for a while, we're going to, kind of like we did with Batman and Superman, we're going to be jumping around between Batman Beyond and Static Shock. But then, to make things even more complicated, give us a few weeks, some months, and then Zeta Project's going to jump in the mix. So
it's going to get a little crazy. So it should be fun, though. Anything you want to promote, Scott?
Nothing really to promote right now, except for, of course, just checking out my letterbox. So, if you wanted to hear, once again, it's going to be a really cool comparison between Dave and me, as Dave being someone who's just excited for the movie of Project Hail Mary, and me being someone who absolutely adores the book and is looking forward to the movie. I think that's going to provide 2 really good perspectives. So look at Letterboxd for both of our reviews. And, check them out on, I'll link them on Vero at Scott McClellan or on Twitter at ScottDC27. My posting on X has been a little more catch as catch can, only because life happens. Life has grabbed me by the balls. So I do what I can, which is why I love being here for the Fan-imated stream. And thank you to everyone who either watches us live or listens to us later on or watches the replay. But especially me, because this is my creative outlet right now, and I appreciate all of you guys, and thank you so much.
For sure. Yeah, we definitely appreciate you guys. We have fun on this one. This is like one of those where it's like, I don't have to talk about crazy news and crazy fandom wars, crazy anything. No, I get to just talk about an episode of something I watched when I was young, and now I'm 40 and I get to relive it. Sweet. That's what's been great about it. So anyways, yes, guys. Look forward to my first reaction, of course, to Project Hail Mary. Look forward to some videos I'll be posting tomorrow, too, of current news. And then, of course, look forward to the Vodka stream. We should have, again, a lot of fun when it comes to the Vodka stream this Friday. So tune into that. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Helps. If you want to just leave a comment, say, hey, the show is great. Or, I don't agree with you. That's fine. Whatever. Just leave it. Whatever you want. All right, guys. So, have a good rest of your night. Have a good Thursday, and we'll see you on Friday when it comes to live streaming. All right? We will talk to you later.